How We Stole the Night, the ancient roots of your 2 a.m. brain. Tonight, when you flip that switch, light will flood your room, and you won't think twice about it. Congratulations, you just avoided stubbing your pinky toe on the bed frame. But for 99.9% of human history, that magical switch didn't exist. When the sun went down, the world simply ended. For over 300,000 years, every single one of your ancestors spent roughly half their lives in near total darkness. No candles, no scrolling, just the pitch black sky, the stars, and whatever fire they could guard with their lives. So, what did they actually do for all those hours? Fire, history's very first Netflix. Before our ancestors mastered fire, roughly 1 million years ago in South Africa's Wonderwork Cave, they were just like any other primate. The sun goes down, you climb a tree, and you freeze. Moving at night meant becoming a crunchy midnight snack for a leopard or a hyena that could see circles around you in the dark. But fire completely broke the meta. The circle of safety. It created a 30-foot perimeter of life. Inside, you lived. Step outside, and you were immediately removed from the gene pool. The DLC of time. Fire suddenly added 2 to 4 bonus hours to every single day. And this is where human culture was born. Anthropologist Polly Wiesner studied the Juhowansi Bushmen of the Kalahari and found a hilarious split between day and night talk. Daytime talk, 80%. Logistics, complaints, market prices, and drama. Basically, work and taxes. Nighttime talk,
and that was when the
81%.
Great Beast appeared. It had teeth
Stories,
as broken flint,
myths,
and a belly
roasting
that
each other,
rumbled like thunder,
and jokes that
but
made
it was
the
only
whole
looking
camp
for a
laugh.
marshmallow.
The campfire was our first theater, our first classroom, and our first comedy club. It's where we learned to imagine things that didn't exist yet. It's where we became us. The midnight gap. First sleep and second sleep. If you think humans have always slept in a solid, unbroken 8-hour block like a log, you've been lied to. We were never designed to sleep that way. In 2001, historian Roger E. Eckerich uncovered a massive secret buried in old diaries, court records, and medieval prayer books. Biphasic sleep. Before the Industrial Revolution, everyone slept in 2 distinct shifts. 1. First sleep. Began shortly after sunset and lasted about 4 hours. 2. The watch. A 1 to 2 hour period of quiet wakefulness in the dead of night. 3. Second sleep. Another 4-hour block until dawn. What on earth did they do during that midnight gap? Absolutely everything. A 16th century French physician legally advised couples that this was the optimal window to conceive high IQ children. Others used it to visit neighbors, write poetry, or just lie in bed interpreting their dreams while they were still fresh. It was a dedicated, peaceful intermission for the human soul. Science agrees. Our bodies miss the dark. For centuries, modern translators literally mistranslated ancient Greek and Latin references to first sleep, assuming it was just poetic phrasing because they couldn't conceive of a world without light bulbs. Then, science checked the receipts. In 1992, psychiatrist Thomas Ware plunged a group of volunteers into 14 hours of mandatory darkness every night for a month. Without any prompting, their bodies threw out the modern schedule and booted up the ancestral program. 4 hours of sleep, 2 hours of serene wakefulness, and 4 hours of sleep. Even wilder, during that midnight gap, their brains flooded with prolactin, the exact same hormone released during deep meditation or after an orgasm. It wasn't insomnia, it was a state of profound, peaceful consciousness that modern humans have completely lost while doom scrolling on TikTok at 3 a.m. How Edison ruined the party. The killer of the night was simple: artificial light. In the 1600s, kings started lighting city streets to curb crime. Fun fact, the word curfew comes from the French couvre-feu, meaning cover fire. Night was meant for darkness and sleep. Being out after dark without a lantern was literally illegal in medieval Europe. You were automatically a suspect. Then, in 1879, Thomas Edison commercialized the electric light bulb, erasing 300,000 years of evolutionary programming with a single click. Today, we blast our retinas with artificial light for 7 to 8 hours after sunset. The blue light from your phone screen tricks your brain into thinking it's a bright July afternoon, completely halting the production of melatonin. The result? Fragmented sleep, exhaustion, and a broken circadian rhythm. Your insomnia might just be a memory. If you find yourself staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., feeling frustrated that you're awake, stop stressing. Your body isn't broken. It's just remembering who it is. It's looking around the dark room, wondering where the campfire went, and telling you, "Welcome back to the quiet hour." We traded the Milky Way, which used to be a nightly view, not a road trip to a national park, for LED bulbs and overheated smartphones. We eliminated an entire phase of human consciousness just to keep working and consuming. We traded 300,000 years of evolutionary peace for a little plastic switch, and most of us never even knew it was gone.